Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Pentiment, where it appears we're going to be involved in solving another murder.
Love that for us.
How do these things keep happening? So we have a couple of different ways that we can spend the next few hours. We've already been offered a couple of plans here, and
Yeah.
I really wish. I feel like we have the tools to do two of these things. By which I mean we could tell Casper to go do one of these things. It should be easy enough to have Casper just like hang out and listen, overhear people's quote unquote overhear people's confessions while we look around in the forest, right? I don't think they're going to let us do it, but that's what we should do.
I feel it should be the other way around. Cat looks around in the forest while we listen to the juicy confessions.
Oh, absolutely not. Casper will get himself
Oh,
killed by a small animal or something. I don't trust that kid. He needs to be in a place where he has adult supervision.
okay, that's fair.
He's got a real Dean Venture vibe for,
Okay.
for me. I just don't.
And I now know that reference because you've been introducing me to that program. So thank you for making a reference I understood, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
And we certainly do not have a clone farm of additional Caspers here.
No. But then he could become like a ghost that helps us and is friendly. A friendly ghost named Casper, if you will.
It's a ridiculous concept. Nobody will ever buy it.
There's one thing I wanted to
For real though, how did that ever? Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to talk shit about Casper the Friendly Ghost because
Oh,
I owe Casper an awful lot for giving me the opportunity to have an age-appropriate crush on Christina Ricci. So
okay, but like Casper the Friendly Ghost in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, is a ghost who isn't like of a dead person. He just is a ghost. I believe
wait,
canonically
what?
that. I believe canonically the comics, the Harvey comics from the
Uh huh.
50s. He's not the ghost of a kid. He's just a ghost, just like a ghost that exists. He's not like someone's a ghost of a person. He just is a ghost that exists because it'd be morbid
That's
if a kid died and that was the star of your funny comics.
sure. I guess so. That's
I'm
fascinating. Do they get into the Are there lots of other ghosts that are not of anything?
I'm not sure because I
The
wasn't
world
really
building.
in. So I wasn't really into Harvey comics.
Uh
Like I
huh.
wasn't really into Casper and Richie Rich and them. And I could be wrong because it turned out like last time when I said, with confession they have a right, they have a duty to report like a murder confession. I was completely wrong. Someone in the comments pointed that out. I wanted to thank that person in the comments for pointing out that I was just talking out of my hat, of which I
Okay.
have several. So
That's true. You do have like a variety of excellent hats. I was that yeah. It didn't sound right to me, but basically anything about religion, I'm just going to assume you're right. If you and I disagree, I'm going to assume you're right. So
I mean, I'm right in that there should be I'm right in that it's abominable and there should be a duty to report, and that's part of why there's history of tremendous heinous abuse by the church. But as far as like, are they required to? Within the no, they're not. So anyway,
from a like a pure utilitarian standpoint, like from the point of view of the church, I very much get it because like you don't want there to be a reason somebody wouldn't confess.
yeah,
Like in theory, if you believe the dogma and everything, where you're trying to get them to unburden their souls in a way that like Anyway, I do want to say, so we got into this a little bit. There's this line where Johann doesn't believe that the guy who came back is the kid who left. The new Martin is a different human. And we had a little bit of a talk about this after the last episode because I think it's something we had both considered. I had dismissed it because I think that he has the exact same head. If this guy is not the original Martin Bauer, then he has stolen the original Martin Bauer's skull and installed it under his head flesh. And right before this episode, I went and got images and we overlaid them and compared them. And I am confident I'm right about that. But I do want to point out that I don't necessarily think that's ironclad, because we know that Andreas's perception of things influences the way they are shown to us, the player, as in the
Hmm.
case of like where text changes font as his opinion of someone changes or as new information comes
Hmm.
to light. So it could be the
Yeah.
case that we're seeing Andreas because, or we're seeing Martin looking the same as young Martin because Andreas is thinking, you know, and if something were revealed to us, perhaps he would stop appearing to be so similar.
Yeah, that could be. And also, because I'm thinking, because when we flipped into this journal before we started recording, and I saw the subtitle, "The Return of Martin Bauer," I was very delighted by that because there's a French film, "The Return of Martin Guerre,"
Yep, that's probably right. Sounds right.
which is based on a real case from the 1500s, where this French guy disappeared, and then years later, someone showed up claiming to be him, and everyone thought it was him because he looked very similar and knew all the details of the guy's life and impersonated the guy like for 3 years.
And then turned out not to be him from the way
Turned
he
out to be
impersonated
him,
him.
and so he was arrested and executed, and then the real guy came back. Um,
Huh.
but yeah, because you don't. That's just. I think. I mean, I'm assuming it's the crime of impersonation. I'm not. Uh
Execution seems out of line to me.
yeah, he was convicted and sentenced to death by beheading, and then he would. Oh. Um. So apparently, he in court said that if the wife could swear that he was not her husband, he would agree to be executed. And yeah, the testimony, like the people knew who the real guy was. Like people knew the real guy, the guy who was impersonating the impersonator.
Yeah.
Were like, hey, this is this guy instead. So, but that's a fascinating case, and I like that they have this reference to it, and I like that they have like this little reference to this probably not very famous movie from I don't know, like 82 or 83.
See, I
Uh,
don't like it because it shakes my conviction that that is the real Martin Bauer. It would seem to imply that perhaps this is not the real Martin Bauer.
I mean, if it's not the real Martin Bauer, would do you think he would kill to protect us? I guess he would, because if you get beheaded for, at least in France, for impersonating someone, maybe.
Yes, I would absolutely kill to defend my own life.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll kill for a lot. I'd kill over the last Dr. Pepper. I'd kill over the second to last Dr. Pepper if I'm
Okay.
being
Well, then
honest, so that
I
I can
wanna
have
thank
another one
you.
for later. Like,
I want to thank you for giving me the last Dr. Pepper yesterday because I didn't know
wow,
it meant that much to you.
well, you're lucky I love you. Anyway, so in terms of actually playing the video game a small amount,
Sure. I guess we could do that.
I personally, I think for both of us, the the decision of how to spend the next couple of hours really comes down to confessions versus investigating the forest, right?
Yeah.
Now, I personally am leaning forest. If there is any sort of what's the word I want here? Forensic. If there's any like forensic evidence to be gathered about the people who like ran past Casper in the night, like if there are footprints or anything left, we got to get on that quickly. And I'm really curious where exactly they were going.
Okay.
Also, I think that confessions are a place of red herrings.
That's true.
That is
We
my
don't have a lot
personal
of time.
that is my personal concern is that we will overhear pieces of things and they will lead us to false conclusions just because I know how mystery stories work.
Yeah, I really was looking forward to some juicy gossip, but at the same time, I think you're right. We gotta go through the forensic angle,
Yeah,
and
like the hard evidence first, innuendo later, or
Mhm.
maybe not at all. We really,
Yeah.
it feels like we're not going to get to do very much investigating here. The window feels really tight.
It's really tight. Yeah.
So you want to go to the
So
forest?
let's go to the forest.
Okay. I think I like that quite a bit.
Mm.
We talked to Werner already,
Warner.
right?
Yeah.
I got no use for you, Werner.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Fucking Werner.
I am so this forensic angle reminds me of one of my favorite time travel stories,
Okay.
which is it Time and Again?
Wait, we can't get to the forest from this map. What am I doing?
Uh, so there's by what is your name, fella?
What is that fella's name?
What is that fella's name? Jack Finney, who wrote The Body Snatchers, and he did Time and Again, which is about a guy traveling back in time, and during the time, like because he's a man from our time, like he knows, like, hey, maybe fingerprints are a thing you can use to investigate a crime, and I really like, oh yeah, there should be like physical evidence of things, and not, a witch told me this or something. So
That said, if we encountered a witch and she told us who did the murder, I would believe her.
well, yeah, I would too. Believe witches.
I'm
But
strongly pro witch. Yeah.
yeah.
So the area that we're going into here is marked the Nymphaeum. This is where
I
all the
am-
forest nymphs are. If I know anything from D&D, you have to be very cautious around nymphs. You're not supposed to look at them directly if you are a man.
Okay, so a nymphaeum is a grotto or shrine dedicated to a nymph or nymphs.
Yeah, where there be nymphs.
Yeah.
On our map of the village, it will say here be nymphs. So I think we're gonna have to shield our eyes. I think the strategy we should pursue here is just
Or Casper.
enter the forest. Yeah. Just enter the forest behind this subtitle. Just try to keep it in
Okay.
front of us at all times. It'll make it harder for them to see us, harder for us to see them. You don't need your eyes for forensic work. Ready to see where this goes, Master? Yeah, I think let's get going. Gosh, I hope this doesn't turn out to be a total waste.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is like there's a whole thing going on over here. What are these buildings? What is this place? Well, it's some kind of Roman ruin, like the aqueduct in the meadow. Look, Master Andreas, the flowers. Ah, finally. Maybe we'll find something useful after all. Yes, of course, let's look around, Andreas.
Okay, yeah, I like this a lot better already. I was worried it would just be like a forest with some flowers and shit. This is great.
A Roman depiction of a nymph. There's an inscription underneath, probably a dedication. The Romans believed that keeping the nymph of the spring happy would ensure their water stayed fresh. This cistern must have doubled as her temple. I should have stopped. I can't read Latin. I don't know what I think the benefit would have been of trying.
I know a little. I mean, can you go back into it?
I cannot.
Oh, darn.
The investigate thing is gone. Oh, there are plenty of these flowers. The critical flower. And in fact, discarded costumes. Is that what it looks like, Master Andreas? Yes, the costume the killer was wearing when they ran past us. We assume. The costume somebody was wearing, certainly, when they ran past us. Well, so much for us finding it in the home of the killer.
I love that stance he has. That's really good.
It's a very intrepid forensic stance. Well, perhaps there's a clue inside. Oh, shit!
Wow!
When Florian examined the coat of the Baron Rothvogel, I have you, Master Andreas. Casper, go get help. I won't let you fall. Okay, it's not a long drop. Just get someone to bring a rope. I can't abandon you, master. My dude, look at your tiny noodle arms. Go fucking get a rope. I do, in fact, want to let out a long sigh of resignation, but perhaps that is not the action of greatest utility in this circumstance.
Yeah, bringing me a rope isn't. That's where I would go with that.
Yeah. Casper, bringing me a rope isn't abandoning me. Well, I suppose that is true.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, now we're in it. Well, we're all wet, but I don't think I heard anything. I guess it wasn't really that long of a fall. Okay. Yes, that's what I said. That's why I wanted you to get a rope. I think our patience is tested.
Okay.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, Master Mahler. It's all right. We'll find a way out. Not gonna be a jerk about it. Of course, Master. I wish we had a little more light down here. I can't see a thing. Can you? All right, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a way out. What are you doing? Is he trying to create a torch?
Yeah.
Okay. The utility of that is considerable. Good work, child.
Good job, kid. Yeah. Does this work? Yes.
I must admit, I'm impressed. Well, I just remembered how flammable these brush rags are. Why were you carrying around the flint and steel? Well, you never know when you might need some fire. Clearly true. I mean, what is this place? A cistern. It must collect water from the spring to feed it into the aqueduct. The aqueduct in the meadow? Well, I suppose so. Hey, look, we're finally going to connect to that. That's finally going to be meaningful.
Yes.
I knew it was going to matter eventually. Then all we need to do is follow it back. Well, perhaps, except that we know the other end is blocked. Well, we could come out on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, out of curiosity, am I allowed to... No, we're not allowed to, like, step in the into the background at all. Can I Castlevania down these stairs by holding down? I cannot. Fair enough. Okay, so here we have a lovely dead end. It looks like the tunnel collapsed here, Master. Well, based on our orientation, this must head toward the town church. Is the church that old? As old as the Roman settlement? No, but many things in Tassing and Kierso are built on what came before, like some kind of Pentiment or something.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a gap. Do you want me to try to squeeze through? Absolutely not. It's too dangerous, right? And we're going to have to check out the other side anyway. Of course, Master. There must be another way we can go. I hope he views that as me protecting him.
Yeah, I assume so.
So there's a doorway we can enter there. But I would assume just continuing to go upward is... Like, upward is outward in this case, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's check out this doorway real quick. Because I am thinking that when we...
That's where the guy jumped.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that when we interact with the outside, we may find it difficult to get back in here. So let me make sure we've looked at this before we touch that. Where do you think this goes? Well, it goes up, so it probably leads out. I don't think I can squeeze through that gap. We need to find something to move the rocks, something to give us leverage. Wait. Oh, do we hear something? Never mind. Let's find a way out of here. That was curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we came back with something to give us leverage on the rocks, maybe we could... Gosh, part of me does want to send the kid through at the bottom. Like, what if there's a shovel down there or something? But also, what if we just get him hurt?
I don't think he'll get hurt.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
But like, we're way more likely to find a thing that could help us move the rocks in town, right? I don't know. I'm a little torn between, like, do I think that from a game design perspective, do I think the thing at the bottom is just an opportunity to be a shithead so that the game can record us being a shithead for some later social check?
Okay.
You know, the same way it recorded me being kind of short with the kid. Or is there going to be actually something useful down there? I wouldn't necessarily expect there to be something useful. And while it is a hole that, like, a small person could fit through, we don't have any reason to believe that the person in the costume was Casper-sized, right? They looked like they were more our size.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It was Ursula. We know it was Ursula. She is smaller than Casper-sized, I think.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Do we need to go back and check because this is our chance to catch her red-handed?
Let's press on. If we miss something, we miss something.
All right.
I don't want anything happen to the kid.
Jump across. No big deal. Didn't even show.
Oh, show us the jump. Oh, come on. I really wanted to see the jump.
This seems like it probably leads up into the convent, maybe? There's a big grate. Maybe we can get out that way. Well, that's too high for either of us to reach. Climb on my shoulders and see if you can push it out of the way. It looks like a kitchen? The Abbey kitchen? What else is up here? I don't think so. It's big, though. Did I read something wrong there? The dialogue didn't... Okay, whatever. Of course, we must be under the convent. Do you see any of the nuns? No. Hello? Nothing. Where could they be? Well, I doubt the sisters loiter in the kitchen all day long. Can you lift the grate off? There's something heavy above me. I can only lift it a little, and I don't think I can squeeze through. I might be able to reach... Yes, grab an object to give us leverage. I got a fire poker. Excellent. We could use that to move the rocks and get out of here. Oh, of course, Master. Good job, kid. Casper is our inventory system. We're just like, here, hold this. I am curious where else it easily goes. The person jumping through the aqueduct. Oh, man. The person jumping through the aqueduct in Act 1 would have left through the convent, right? Bludgeon, what's-his-face, bludgeon the Baron, go through the convent into the grate, and then use that to get back down to the town. In theory, unseen.
I mean, that'd be for someone from the town, though.
That would...
We're pretty sure.
I was not pretty sure. Okay, this is a thing I haven't brought up on camera, but I have mentioned to you at least once off camera that I have been feeling less and less certain about our Act 1 conclusion as time has gone on.
Yeah.
Because I think we do have, like I said back then, I extremely think it's possible that the blood on that thing we found is from a ritual. Ritualistic spilling of blood, chicken blood or your own blood or whatever the fuck, is like very common.
Yeah.
What if it was Lucky?
It could have
The
been.
thing is, we completely fucked the ability. Like, we didn't pay attention to Lucky at all. We didn't follow Lucky when we could have. And the way he's been talking and the notes about the innocence. I hate to be like,
Yeah.
I've been obsessively going over the clues in the time since, but I have more than once gone back and looked at the notes and been like, I don't know. What if it was Lucky? What if
You know, we did have that opportunity to talk to the prior before going to talk to the magistrate or the archbishop. Like we could have said like, hey, what about this stuff I found? But we chose not to. We were to tip him off. But maybe
yeah,
if we'd been able to,
if we'd confronted him about it and basically bullied him into explaining what happened.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, shit.
I don't know.
Maybe we got the wrong person killed. And also, if Gernot doesn't die, is the scriptorium still open? Oh man, maybe we really fucked this.
Maybe we didn't though.
Maybe.
What if we didn't?
Let me go this way before we go back to the rocks. Because I want to see, like, those rocks obviously are there right now. I want to see where the person who ran into the forest might have gotten out, you know? They would not have gotten out through that rocky exit. But perhaps here? Is this a door? Oh, it appears to be so. A strange one. Where does it go? Yeah, I'll try to nudge it. The crypt under the abbey has another secret passage in it. Given the distance we've traveled and our elevation, it must lead to the crypt under the abbey. Really? Can we get out this way? What's that sound, Master? Snoring? Is someone sleeping on the other side of the door? Hey, wake up! What should we do, Master? Well, we already have the poker from the convent kitchen. We can try that on the stones and try to get out. Of course. But yeah, this is where that person easily could have gotten out. Whoever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we dead end here. All right,
But
so
that
we can't leave that way, but it's critically important that we knew that.
that'd be someone in the church, wouldn't it? In the abbey, because
It would be someone in the church, which I think makes a ton of sense, right?
it does. But our only real church suspect is the Father Gurnett. So that reminds me, if we have time,
Yeah.
we should talk to Adoc
Yes.
because the non-librarian told us that he might know about the fancy book hand. So we can find
that's right.
the Thread Puller, which still is a tremendously dumb name. I'm sorry.
All right. Try. Why am I making Casper do this? All right. Try using the fire poker from the kitchen to shift the rocks out of the way. Okay. No. Good. He gives it to me and makes me do it. It should be me. In theory, Andreas Mahler is a grown man. Wait. I still hear something. Oh, you're shouldn't come here during the... Oh, wow. You shouldn't come here during the day. I had to. The farmers are out for blood. And? Don't play stupid. We both wanted Otto gone. Well, now he is. I didn't kill him, did you? Why would you ask me such a thing? Because of the note, you stupid cow. Because of the note that sent you into hysterics. Because you're behaving like a woman who committed a murder and is afraid of being caught. How could you... Stop. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you did or didn't. He's dead. The idiot peasants can beat the ground with their pitchforks and nothing will come of it. And what about that artist, Andreas? He could be a problem. Have you done anything to raise his suspicions? I don't think so. Good. Then just wait. Time will run out for Peter and the rest of his worthless kind. The abbot will stay in power. Pilgrims will keep coming to the shrine and staying at your inn. Yes, good. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Now be quiet. Go home. Don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. If you want comfort, talk to your husband. Don't bother me with your hysteria. Of course. I'm sorry.
I really hate him.
It's wild that he thinks he's going to be getting a quick fuck after this.
Also, like, I feel like probably he's not a very good fuck.
Oh, he can't be.
Can't be. Oh. I would love Catherine's first line to be, just fuck you, Mr. Muller.
I'm glad we're finally out of there, Master. What a strange adventure. Oh, here it comes. Do you think Mistress Hannah could have killed Otto? Well, she's only pretending to care about the town's safety. She's only concerned with the shrine staying open. Well, why would that make her want to kill Otto? Well, if the peasants overthrew the abbot, they might loot or destroy the shrine. Without the hand of St. Moritz, there's not much reason for pilgrims to travel to Curacao. And there'd hardly be any visitors to the Golden Hand. Exactly.
That's why it's named the Golden Hand. Oh. Oh, well, I didn't realize that.
Okay, I'm not saying anything. I'm not judging. Exactly. Now we know Hannah has a motive. It's possible she'd kill to protect her family's inn. Now we need to talk to Nico and Killian to see just how committed she was. Yeah, But first, let's go back to the Golden Hand and clean up. People will get suspicious if we walk around town like this. Oh yes, dirty breeches. So I think the way she was talking to him, she was very like, how dare you suggest that? And I don't want to say that like that's definitely indicative of the fact that she's innocent. But I don't know. Like, she definitely was trying to tell him that she was innocent. Do we think that she would have been, like, she would have considered admitting it to him if she'd done it?
I mean, the thing is, we definitely failed a check, right? And so I remember we hadn't gotten her trust enough, and she got really offended at the accusation. I don't think she would have confessed, but maybe her reaction would have been different if we had more to come with. I think there's a reason why that was a persuasion check.
No, I'm talking about the conversation we just witnessed.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
Like, she was clearly trying to tell him that she didn't do it.
Well,
and I'm saying, do we think that she would have admitted it to him if she did? Do we take her trying to tell Lenhart that she was not responsible for Otto's death as that being true, or as her lying to Otto, or to Lenhart?
I mean, here's what I'm thinking. So
Because
clearly
like
she's
he wanted her dead. He wanted Otto dead anyway. Like, which would it have been problematic for her to admit it to him? I
well.
think.
Here's what
I
here's
think
what
she
I'm
might
thinking.
have. Yeah.
Is that so she's fucking him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, he is a terrible human being, and I think she knows that. Like, I think she knows she can't trust him because
Right. But
absolutely, if
also
it's his
like
hide, he would.
mutually assured destruction though, right? Like he can't bury her without her burying him too. And I know that
Um,
there's an uneven power dynamic there, but
there,
like
yeah, there's
everybody in town already hates Lenhart. I don't feel like it takes very much for that to turn into his wife wakes up with him pinned pitchforked to the door. Like,
oh, that's really gruesome, actually.
thank you.
I did. That was. Um, I mean, I get that, but I also think just from the way he's kind of overbearing and the way I don't know, I feel like the way the dynamic's playing out, like she would either not want to tell him or not even want to admit it to her. She seems more shocked than anything else when people accuse her of it. I don't know.
And
I don't know. Let's gather more evidence.
she was being like derisive about it with him. What I'm saying is I think that the interaction we witnessed is indicative of her not being guilty.
Okay.
That doesn't she doesn't it feels to me like she was upset, legitimately upset at the implication she could have done it.
Mm.
But let's talk to her family like we were supposed to and see. Hello, Killian. Do you have a moment? Sure. Is there something wrong with your room? No. I want to know if you'd noticed anything odd about your mother lately. Odd how? Well, does she ask you to watch the inn by yourself very often? Oh, well, sometimes, I guess. Dad and I look after the place more in the evenings when she gets tired, but lately she's been leaving during sext. Okay, come on now. She says she brings food over to the townsfolk at the rat house. So I usually watch the inn until she gets back. Okay, that's a verifiable alibi. We can check on that.
Mhm.
There was one other time. Yes. Mom left in a hurry one night, and when I was cleaning up around the bar, I found this note. He will destroy the abbey. He'll swallow the hand of hell will swallow the hand of St. Moritz, the rat house after St. John's fire. Well, okay, this is concerning.
Yeah.
Another note. I've seen several like this before. Oh, but what does it mean? St. John's fire. I wonder if that means the bonfire that's called
Yeah, I
St. John's
wonder.
fire. I wonder if that refers to the thing that has that name and is obviously that thing. I wonder. This note was written in the same hand as... Okay, we're going to say the top one, but I just want to take a moment to bathe in the brilliant stupidity of this bottom thing. The kid just told us. Like, he knows the note was meant for his mother. I know that he knows that. What would... Okay, it's fine. We're not saying it. This note is written in the same hand as the one 7 years ago. It couldn't have been left by one of the guests. And the note could have been for one of your parents then. But why? I don't know. I don't want anyone to destroy the abbey, even if the abbot is cruel to the peasants. Yeah, I'll keep that from happening, Killian. Don't worry. I hope the note helps, Master Mahler. Just don't tell Mom or Dad, all right? I don't want to tell him I won't say anything if I don't actually feel like I won't say anything.
Hmm.
I'm going to say the bottom
Yeah.
one. Well, this note might have bigger connections than you think, Killian. No, I should get back to work. See you later, Master Mahler. Until then. So, we think the notes are being left by Thomas, right?
Yeah, that's my
I
theory.
wonder if we can confront him directly. Because like we have that theory, but I don't think Andreas has it.
Andreas doesn't have it, no. But if Adok could identify that as his handwriting,
Yeah.
then we'd have that.
Master Mahler, if it's not too forward, I was wondering if you would do my family the honor of joining us for a meal.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, I'd actually like to talk to you about something first, maybe. Hannah, what about her?
Oh, God, these are terrible.
I am gonna say the top one.
Yeah.
do,
That's
do you know what she gets up to over by the Roman ruins? Uh, yes. Yes. Oh, he knows already. Jesus, Andreas.
Oh no.
Do we?
I prefer the first
I
one.
prefer the first one as a human,
Yeah,
as a person investigating a murder.
because the second one feels.
The second one is a push, right? The second one is like,
I mean, the second one is a push, but it's also like a really belittling push.
well, yeah, you're trying to get him to like snap at you, right?
Yeah, I
Trying to get
don't.
him to let something out.
This one's your call, sweetheart. As we talked about before, I have this defect where I can't. I don't want the character to do things I wouldn't. I myself wouldn't do.
That's not a
So
defect. It's just a different style of characterization. Also, I have to say, like, as much as it may make me sound heartless, I don't know that this would be off the table for me in this situation. I
I.
think I think broadly, I'm much more willing to be mean to people to an end than you are.
Oh yeah, I'm not willing to be mean to people at all. That feels bad and that feels terrible.
Also, I definitely just sometimes I just snap at people who I think are being rude.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and I actually love that about you because you're fierce and you stand up for things better than I can.
oh, thank you, sweetie. All right, I think let's go the top. Nico hasn't done anything to us, and let's try to be nice to him. I'm sorry. That must be hard for you. Quite. But I love her. And I have to think of Killian. I just don't know what to do. I don't really understand her. Uh, this is weird. You know, I don't often understand my wife either. What are we to do? What are we to do? See, when it looked like a U, I thought the line was going to be interrupted by something else, but it being a typo changes the inflection a lot. This is like a fucked up thing to say.
Yeah, like I'm look as a poly bitch, like I'm okay with the kind of the first part, but the retribution part feels bad. That feels
Yeah,
really bad and like mm,
that's not fair retribution. That's just two people wronging each other.
yeah,
That goes a different place. Yeah.
yeah.
I will say, like, yeah, the fact that we are both poly probably gives us a somewhat different view of relationships than a lot of people have. Um, I really don't like the first one either, though. Like, this is a problem
No.
that has to be resolved, my dude. Although I do sort of wonder, given the situation that Andreas himself is in, I wonder if, like, where's Andreas on this? On accept that your marriage is going to be miserable. Has he done that?
I mean, I
The
think he's
situation's
accepted, which is
considerably more complicated with Andreas because of
yeah. I think he's accepting it to the degree that, he's also avoiding going home,
yeah.
so he hasn't really accepted it yet. But also, I do think, we talked about our version of Andreas not, realizing things aren't for him, but might be for other people, and wanting other people to
Yeah.
like he encouraged the big burly guy to, go talk to that girl. So, I feel like the second one is
trying to steer everybody out of the storm that he himself feels potentially
Yeah.
consigned to. Okay. Yeah. Listen, all I know is that something has to change. An unhappy marriage is a wretched way to live. Believe me, I know. Stand up to her and carve out some path toward happiness. I don't know how. Before you can solve their marriage, there's a bigger problem you need to think about. Interesting. So in order to persuade Nico to whatever it is the persuasion here is, I think you have to have pushed him and been a little meaner, perhaps.
Oh, that is interesting.
She's glad Otto died. Did you know that? I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Really? She never said anything about Otto to you? No, never. She never did. Now, please, leave me be. As you wish, until later. Yeah,
If you talk to him again, will he invite you to dinner?
Hold on, I want to talk to Samuel. Never mind, I don't get to talk to Samuel. Who's this guy? Yes. Yes, he will.
Okay.
I think if you spend more time with Hannah, you'll see she couldn't have committed that horrible crime. Okay, they at least, like...
Okay.
They bridge the distance.
It was time to eat, so I mean...
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Had we not already promised our dinner to someone else? I have a vague memory. Maybe not, but I thought I might be remembering a different meal as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the thing. I real quick here. I want to try to get into the Abbey.
Okay. Wow.
First we slough, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We could attempt to take the other secret path that we know about now. But I kind of want to see if we can eat with the monks or... Hey, Carl, how's it going? Peter's ordered everyone to keep out of the library, including you, Andreas. Yeah,
All the monks are in the library, aren't they?
Sacristy's just open? Oh no, the peasants looted everything in here too. Ciborium and the tabernacle have probably belonged to the abbey for centuries. The ciborium. A cup or other vessel for the Holy Host to sit within before and after the Eucharist, typically made of precious metals. I was not familiar with that term. And of course, the tabernacle holds the Holy Host in a locked and secure box between services of the Eucharist. What do we say here? Of course they did, because, it's gold. It is sacrilege.
Yeah.
Does the kid know that?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know how religious we are with the kid.
Yeah, probably not very, right? Because we are we envision Andreas as like pretty lapsed.
I have to either the first or the third one.
Yeah, I think this one. Of course they did. The sacristy is just piles of gold in the shape of crosses and candlesticks. Now we should look around to see if anything is left. Aha! Investigation. Oh, look, a journal. Might be Guy's ledger. Let's take a look. I don't understand any of this. Yeah, let me take a look at these entries. The Abbey's income, mostly donations from pilgrims. It's not much. Okay, I'm not allowed to investigate that paper sticking out yet. These are the Abbey's expenses. Some of these numbers are awfully high. I can't read this shit. Can you? What is minus
No.
F3G 35D? Does that make any sense to you?
No. I mean, unless the F is like a
I'm just clicking on every place where the text seems like a little bit darker at this point. Expenses Refecto Asuram Otto Zimmerman. June. Wait a minute. I think I see now. Guy is using double bookkeeping, a difficult type of accounting to understand. The Abbey is struggling to make ends meet, but the accounts seem to balance out. Gosh, do I see that? Guys, he's written something. This I guess is his like Reddit premium subscription. This is for some parrots that he bought from Bavaria. Oh, this page isn't part of the ledger. Donum ultimum a familia Melser. Do we know Melsers? Gertner, Kreutzers, Hubners. The Bowers. What is... It's just a sheet of parchment with a few notes. But why was it tucked away in this ledger like this? I should hang on to it just in case. Something doesn't feel right. Donum ultimum. What, like final donation? Maybe? Last donation? It says something about the Bowers on it in a way that makes me nervous, but I don't know what it means. And he's using an intentionally difficult to read style of accounting. And it's Guy. And perhaps this is unfair, but the fact that it's Guy makes me immediately suspicious. Okay, nothing of interest.
Okay, so the thing with double entry bookkeeping from what little I know from when my sister was trying to be an accountant.
Okay.
It's a system of bookkeeping where you have two entries. So there's a debit side and a credit side, and it's to detect fraud and errors and make sure that they're not happening.
Mm.
And it kind of started, I want to say, I don't know, 1200, 1300, something like that. Like I think the Medicis used it. With their banking.
And famously, there was nothing untoward about the Medici family. So,
the Medici family wanted to make sure they had all their money accounted for. So, like, it's... Yeah. Oh, higher, there's still supplies here.
Indeed. Brother Guy's old desk still has even a candle burning at it. Mostly writing tools and parchment inside, except... What's this? Are those lemons? And a penknife? Lemon juice can be used as disappearing ink. I wonder if Guy's hidden anything on that bit of parchment we found in the ledger. I'll use the candle on his desk to check. Really? This is some Encyclopedia Brown shit right here. If we hold the page above the fire, we might find something. I mean, I suppose. Yeah, something's coming through. I mean, I can't really read it. It's quite a lot of text, actually, though. It fills the rest of the page. How do I...
Guess she's gonna...
Okay, it's starting to darken. It's starting to darken. You can damage the paper. Oh, fuck you, video game. How dare you do this in a way that's actually very compelling and physically interesting. Okay. It's trying Trying to heat it
Yeah.
slowly.
Give us the.
Do not destroy information. I can't believe they make it so you can destroy the information through improper handling. What a good
That's rad.
what a good game. Oh, okay. Don't burn it, don't burn it, don't burn it. See, I have to let the paper heat for a while. I just have to be careful not to do it too much in any one place.
I'm glad you're doing this and not me. It would be nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is. It is, in case you were wondering. Okay, it stopped letting me move it around, so I think it's like we did enough.
Oh.
Oh my. Guy was stealing from the Abbey. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds. Okay, see, this is why I couldn't make sense of it, because it's like florins and denarii, and I don't understand the denominations. That's as much as my father makes in months. Yeah, he's sending it to the account of an Augsburger man who is depositing it with the Fuggers.
They're a banking family.
By the way, I looked up what button to press to get the margins in case I don't have the cursor. A prominent, extremely wealthy banking family in Augsburg. They held business interests throughout the free imperial cities and a monopoly on the European copper market. Well, if Otto knew about this, Guy would certainly have motivation to silence him. At the very least, it's evidence we can use to show Guy was sending skimmed money to a proxy account in Augsburg. Lemon desk.
Mm.
You know, I like Neil C. Siriga's music as much as the next girl.
Oh, is that a song that he did?
No, his solo music project is called Lemon Demon. Is the joke there. To explain my joke and thus render it even funnier.
Stay out of the library. But we have a secret passage we can go through that they don't know about.
It's true. You're free to wander, Andreas, but stay out of the library. Peter's orders. Hey there, Fabian. Go as you please, Andreas, but stay out of the... Okay, all right. All right.
Get some real NPC stuff here.
I will enter the library as I see fit. To the crypt. Oh. Blood on the floor. Or wine, I guess. Not even the crypt was spared from the looting. Brother Enoch! We'll come back for you. Who is there? Is it you, Lord? Come to claim my soul. I get that a lot, but it's just me, Andreas, Brother Enoch. Oh, Andreas. Dear boy. Are you ill? I'm fine. The escape to the library left me out of breath. The thing is, the escape to the library was like a lot of hours ago. Right? So...
Yeah, but he's very old.
I feel aches, a heavy heart, but it will pass if God wills it. Well, could someone help you? Florian, or... Do not concern yourself with me, Andreas. The others... Make sure the others are well. I mean, I'm just going to hit him with it. No, they're fine. You're the one who might be dying. If the time has come, Andreas, then it has come. It is in the hands of the Lord. Well, it doesn't have to just be in the hands of the Lord. I must rest. All right, keep holding on, Brother Enoch. The thing is, I do have like a really important question to ask you that it seems like I'm just not going to be allowed to ask you. And that shit sucks. God bless you, Andreas. Has anything new come to light in the investigation of Otto's death? Do we want to...
I would...
do we want to do this or do we want to hold off? I kind of want to confront Brother Guy.
Okay.
Because
Then say nothing.
I think we can push Brother Guy into saying something stupid. Man's got a short temper,
And he's dumb.
and he is stupid. We're gonna talk to Brother Guy last. Hey,
Oh,
Volkbert.
Volkbert.
Oh no.
Oh.
Volkbert, it's going to be all right. How can you know that, Lucas? Trust in Providence, brother. The Lord guides us through Gethsemane.
Gethsemane.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is either.
Oh, it's the garden that Christ was in the night before the crucifixion, where he was praying and was like, "Hey God, I don't want to die, but if you want me to die, I guess that's okay." And that's when where the betrayal happened. Judas is like, "I'm gonna smooch you, so everyone knows who you are."
Remember when Judas was talking to those Roman soldiers? He's like, okay, so here's how I'm going to signal it. This is the only way it could possibly work. Don't ask me any questions. I'm going to like really make out with him hard style. Like I'm going to really go all the way down his throat. There's no other way to identify a person. So just watch for the super hot makeouts. And the Roman soldiers were all like,
So it's often used as a metaphor for personal trial, dark nights of the soul, etc.
Okay. Or just like a really whack, a place where you expect to have a really whack makeout.
Yeah, that too.
They're going to hurt us. They won't. Look, Andreas is here. He will help. I'm not sure what I can actually do. I mean, I'll help any way I can. Don't trust. Andreas will only get us into more trouble. That's fair.
That's fair.
What are you saying? Andreas solved the previous murder. He can solve this one. I don't want to die. Okay, you're not going to. I'm not going to yell at Volkbert. You're not going to. Y'all will. No. Please. Volkbert, peace and calm. Think of the heavenly realms above us, where angels sing praise to our Lord every day. Will I join them if I die? We all join the choir, one day. But you won't die here, Volkbert. Listen to Andreas. He will help us. Yeah, stay safe, brothers. I'll go try to solve this mess before anyone else gets hurt. Listen, I'm gonna figure this out. Hold on, we're gonna talk to Guy last, like I said. Because I'm pretty sure that confronting Guy loudly is potentially gonna have like a real cause a situation here. Okay. Matthias and Rudiger are... Okay, Rudiger is chanting in very wiggly Latin. Wait, that's not Latin, is it?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like Latin to me.
Yeah, there's like a word here or there that does. No, this is something else. Maybe something Germanic? I don't know. Brother Rudiger, is that the Petrusliad? Amabel, help. It's not underlined.
Okay, yeah, Petrusliad. Is a spiritual hymn in German vernacular.
Okay.
It's composed in end rhyme. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's. I'm not familiar with it, but it's. Okay. So it's looking like it's a vernacular German thing.
He does not respond to the question. He just keeps going. Maybe he'll talk to us when he's done. I'm just going to keep listening. His usually mighty voice is shaking. Rudiger, that was the Petruslian, right? It was nice to hear Altberish, even as I don't understand it fully. You impress me, Master Mahler. I would not have guessed you had so much in common with Rudiger.
I like the second one.
Yeah, there's a chance to kind of snap at Matthew, and I guess we don't usually pass those up. I have layers, Brother Matthew. And I help you hide a layer that can help us in our times of need. I worry about Brother Rudiger. He has been deep in prayer ever since we fled into the library. All this violence and strife does not conform with his gentle soul. We don't need to say this top one, right? We know the deal. We know that they care for each other. Don't worry, Brother Rudiger. It's gonna be all right. You'll find out who killed Otto, won't you? I have to. There's too much at stake, which is a nice way of saying I'm going to say someone did it. See, I told you. Interesting. Matthew is expressing confidence in our abilities when we're not around.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked to Matthew since we came back.
Yeah.
And also, the last time we accused someone of murder, Matthew got his job. So I feel like in this case, everything's coming up Matthew. That's what's going on there.
That's very fair. Is Guy above Matthew in the chain of command?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying, maybe we could do it again. Maybe we change our goal entirely. This game isn't about solving murders. It's about making Matthew's life better. We found a queer person, and we're just going to support them as hard as we possibly can.
We're going to support this short king.
Brother Rudiger, why don't you sing for the others to hear? The others? Yes, all your brothers. You're the cantor. Yours is the voice that leads them. I don't know. Oh, you can do it. I believe in you, and Matthew believes in you. We all do. I'm figuring he can help calm everybody down, right? All right.
Sancte Petre Gewalt, dass mag in Jan, selmodingen den Mann, Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison.
So hopefully that'll be better for people's moods. Also, very, extremely bad timing. The poor viewers lost a couple seconds of that because OBS crashed. And I got everything back online and recording quickly. Probably there's 6 or 7 seconds of footage missing, but it was at a pretty bad moment as he was just starting to sing. So apologies.
Shucks. I should have said some swears during that time.
Listen, we could just tell the viewers you did. They'll never know.
We'll never know.
It was wild. It was the most vulgar shit you've ever heard.
Remind me to tell you about my friend who did a doo-wop version of Gregorian chant in the 60s.
Okay. I'll put that on my list of things to talk about after the episode. What's love? Hello, Brother Wojslav. Do you have a moment? Of course, Andres. What do you need? I was hoping to seek your guidance about who may have killed Otto. Well, I don't know how much I can help you, Andres. I'm afraid I didn't concern myself too much with Tassing's troubles. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around over here. Surely you can recall something Otto did that made someone angry. Well, Otto was not always an easy man to get along with. He's clashed with several brothers here over the years. Anything recently? Let me think. Several of the brothers were upset when he demanded Father Gernot reveal the Abbey's financial records. Gee, what a curious thing to demand.
Mm.
This is... I guess if you were really trying to make the church think you were siding with them, I guess you might say this.
Yeah.
Say, Gernot mentioned Guy did the record keeping for the Abbey. Was he the most upset? This is so leading. Andreas, I shouldn't bring up Abbey concerns to outsiders. Please, Brother Wojslav, any information you could give would help stop further violence. So, like, the implication, we already know the thing that we're asking about, and also he likes that I make fun of Gernot. Well, I did see Brother Guy rooting around in the abattoir the other day.
Oh.
He was startled when I questioned him, but if he was already on edge about Otto's demands, then no wonder. Well, I know that Brother Guy and Otto never got along, but Brother Guy has never been a violent man. Yeah. How much do we want to seed this idea with other people? I guess is a question.
I would play a bit closer to the vest, and maybe I should talk to Brother Guy about it.
Yeah.
Would be my.
All right.
But I think maybe we should go to the abattoir first.
Yeah, I don't think Wojslav is going to like narc on us or anything.
Yeah.
I think Wojslav's pretty on our side, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Please be careful, Andreas. There's already enough strife in Tassing. We don't need any more. I will. Thank you, Brother Wojslav. Yeah, let's
We're gonna go. Let's investigate the.
Yeah, before we talk to Guy.
Okay, and
Yeah.
here's what I'm gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna end the episode because I have to get going.
Okay, so we'll head. We'll be heading toward the abattoir as we end here.
Okay.
Well then, I suppose that's it for us for today. Thank you all
Now
so much
you know
for
what
watching.
it feels like.
I can't handle control being wrested away from me like this. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, apparently we are just going to get elbow deep in Brother Guy's entire situation. Do you? Okay, hold on a second. I said situation. That's not a euphemism. What I want to ask you, Amabel, at this moment, tell me right now, do you think Brother Guy is capable of committing this murder? Do you think he could have done this?
I don't know. I mean, the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The killer ran to the shrine and back along the aqueducts, maybe to an abbey.
This is the reason why I wanted to come here before we ate, because I wanted to make sure we investigated this place at the earliest opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I do think that like whoever killed him is a person of the abbey. And if it is a person of the abbey, I kind of feel like it's either Gernot or Guy, basically.
I don't think it's Gernot. I think it's Guy.
Okay, so you think yes, he is.
If it is someone from the abbey, Guy is the suspect. He's the only suspect that I would have for someone at the abbey.
Okay.
You know, if it's not someone at the abbey, then who knows? But yeah.
We have some pretty strong circumstantial evidence, which is one of the best kinds of evidence. So when you come back next time, we're going to be investigating that. And we'll see you then.
Bye.